Hey there. So today I'm going to talk about what's the number one SEO mistake that family law firms make with their websites. This is something I see quite often, either done by the companies themselves, if you have a marketing manager or someone on your team like an assistant or a EA that's taking care of the website, or maybe even you yourself. If you're the owner, if you're taking care of your own website, this is the main mistake we see when we talk with different clients of ours. And also on top of that number one mistake, I'm also going to list some other mistakes as well, some of the most common mistakes that are really holding back your results. And if you just fix those things, it will make your life so much easier. You're going to see results so much faster. So let's get straight to it. So the number one mistake, or the biggest mistake, is not focusing on your Google Business Profile. So the GBP here stands for Google Business Profile. And what it means is that if you are a local business, most of your clients are going to find your website through the Google Map Pack. And the Map Pack is what you see when you type in a local business to the Google search. So if you just go to Google right now and you type in personal injury lawyer, or like, which is this example here, but like you could type in family lawyer near me, or just family lawyer plus your city, you're going to see, first of all, you're going to see some sponsored results, but most people will not click on the sponsored results because they do not trust the results. They know that the companies that are listed there have paid to be listed there. They want to trust Google. They want to see from Google which companies they should trust or which companies Google has ranked the highest. So the first organic thing you're going to see is the map pack. So you're going to see the map view and also the listings, 3 listings underneath it that are organic and 1 listing that's sponsored, like you can see here as well. And usually most people are going to click on either of the 3 results here. And usually the first one is going to get the most amount of clicks. So this is where you want to spend most of your focus on when you're dealing with the SEO of your own site, of your own business, or if you have an SEO company working on the SEO of your website, this is where they should put most of their focus and effort into, because this is where 70% of the clicks are going to go to. Of course, the on-page work that they're doing is probably helping to rank higher on the map pack here as well. And we have an entirely separate video on how to rank number 1 on the map pack, but this is where most of the effort should go to. So always make sure that you're putting most of your effort towards ranking yourself number 1 on the map pack. That's the most important part. Of course, there are some caveats to it. Like if it's intentional, if you see that the map pack is too difficult to get into, like this search result here is one of the most competitive ones I have found, Austin personal injury return, because it takes so much effort. These businesses have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to get themselves to the top here. So let's say you want to compete with them and you don't have hundreds of thousands to invest, then you might want to take care of some other, or might want to choose some other activities instead of trying to get to the top here. But in most cities, it's not that difficult. Yes, it takes deliberate effort, it takes some time, but still it's definitely doable. So this is where most of your effort should go to. You shouldn't worry that much about your technicals on page, your web vital scores, your different scores from different SEO tools. I mean the main ones like the rank mats and the Yoasts, and basically on your WordPress back end, just trying to get all the colors green. It does help, but this isn't the biggest needle mover. The biggest needle mover in terms of getting your actual customers is getting listed on the Google Map Pack. So that's the first thing. I would recommend to spend at least 80% of your time on trying to get yourself to rank number 1 here on the Map Pack. Now let's quickly go over some of the additional mistakes we see. The common mistake number 2 would be just creating random blog articles. And this is something we see so often, not just with law firms, although this is quite common with law firms as well. It's just like you think that like creating a blog is essential because your competitors have a blog, and then you don't really know how to come up with blog article ideas. So you just try to think about the things that your target audience might be asking, or just try to come up with topics just out of random. Or maybe you have delegated it to someone on your team who's not actually a lawyer, maybe a secretary, an assistant, an administrator, or your marketing person, and they have to come up with those topics. So, and that can work, but usually it's not the best way to go about it, because this is really common. Like you see here, this sample site, they have 75 pages, out of which most are blog articles, and their total monthly organic traffic is 31 visitors. So probably this is definitely negative ROI for them, meaning that like they put so much more effort into what they're getting back from it. So usually from 75 articles or 75 pages, you want to get at least a few thousand visitors every month. You have high odds of actually getting customers for your business, and to have a positive ROI on the blog articles that you're generating, because it does take effort to generate those blog articles. So you really need, how to solve this or how to fix this problem is to first do keyword research. Figure out what are the keywords that people are searching for. And in order to do that, you usually need a tool like Ahrefs or SEMrush to help you. We have another video on how to do keyword research for family law firms, but the idea still is that you need to do keyword research. You need to do you need to create blog articles deliberately. You have to put some thought behind what articles to create, or what to create articles on, what questions to answer, because you want to know what are people even asking. And also, like, let's say you just create create blog articles randomly and you have forced yourself to create 20 blog articles and you see that they're doing nothing for you, they're bringing no customers, no sales, nothing, you're going to be disappointed in creating blog articles. You're probably going to just think that it's a worthless effort, it doesn't really work, and you're never going to do it again. So that will also be a mistake because they can definitely work. Blog articles are a great way for law firms to generate traffic and to build trust, because your target audience, they definitely have questions they want to, especially about family law. Like they don't want to ask their friend. They usually turn to Google or nowadays ChatGPT to ask those questions. And if you show up there, if ChatGPT or Google shows your business, shows your articles, they will read your target audience or your target customers. They will read those articles. They will start to build trust with you. If the articles have authors, different attorneys, or if the articles refer them to get in touch with you to check out your lawyers, your attorneys, this will build trust and this will lead to conversions. This will lead to them actually getting in touch with you. But the first thing is you need to first figure out what are the keywords and then target those keywords with optimized articles. Now, this brings us to the next thing about writing articles. A common mistake number 3 that we see more and more now is that you are using, or businesses, not you, but like businesses, law firms are using pure AI content to try and rank for different keywords, and it simply doesn't work. It can work, but in most cases it doesn't. So as you can see here, this is the traffic amount, how much traffic. These are different articles here, but in this picture, all you see is how much traffic these articles are getting, and then what's the AI content level of those articles according to Ahrefs. Like Ahrefs is trying to estimate it, and it's usually quite accurate. So the AI content level is either very high. This is one moderate here, but most of them are very high or high. All of these traffics are getting no visitors at all. So it isn't that simple to create AI articles. Like if you have done it before, you would know that it usually still takes you like at least an hour or like up to like 3 to 4 hours to just create one AI article. You need to create it. You need to have a process about it. You probably want to add some images. You want to go think through like what do you even write the article about. You want to read it through because you don't want to just put random stuff up on your website. So it does still take some work. So I would say that what we're doing with our clients is that we're testing different things, but most of the content we produce right now still is either pure human written or AI written with a lot of human edits. So a human editor usually still spends a couple of hours with the article to get it right, to add a unique touch from the client using the client's previous material, or maybe even getting a voice note or a voice message from the client. Then we take this in and we add this secret sauce or extra information to the article to make it unique, to add some depth to the article, to make it better than what's already out there. So you can't really rely on pure AI. It just doesn't work. Mistake number 4 is that most businesses that don't really rank at all, or that don't rank as well, don't have dedicated service pages. So if you are a family law firm, it would make sense. The best practice usually is if you are a niche law firm, like only servicing or offering family law services, that you use your homepage to rank for divorce law and family law. And then you have separate dedicated pages target other longer tail keywords, other services that you offer under the family law umbrella. So like you can see in this example here, like they are using their homepage to rank for family law and divorce, but then they have dedicated service pages for child custody, child support. They have a prenup, postnup agreement, a dedicated page. Also, they have a dedicated page for high net worth divorce, later in life divorce, and so on. So they have done the keyword research. They have figured out that like in order to rank for those keywords, I need a dedicated service page. So this is a huge thing that they are doing really well. So you should do the same. Do not neglect creating these pages. It's not that hard. You can use AI here, but also add your own touch as well. You can't just use pure AI as I showed you before. So yeah, like this is a really good example. High net worth divorce. This is a really good keyword. But even if you are in a small city, odds are that there are still some people searching for this keyword because they're looking for a high net worth divorce lawyer. And if you have a page, you will have the highest odds of showing up because most of your competitors will not have a page targeting or talking about high net worth divorces. So yeah, and there are many other keywords as well. This is one of the main things we also do for our clients as well because it's just so important. Mistake number 5 is like when you are creating those pages that you have no SEO optimization done to it. So usually you need someone that knows about SEO optimization on your team, or you need to hire an SEO agency or like someone to do it for you, either on your team, someone on your team, or someone external. But the idea here is that you need to give Google what it wants, and there are dedicated tools to show you that. So the example that I keep bringing is that Google always wants to recommend the top result for a given search term. So if you are searching for things to do in Italy, and if you have 2 competing pages, and if everything else is equal, but the content on the page, like one page talks about like go to Rome, go to Venice, but the other page also talks about Rome and Venice, but also adds go to Lake Como, go to Lake Garda, go to Sicily, go to Naples, go eat some pizza. So it has just so much more content there. Then Google will definitely rank the second page higher because it just has more content and talks about the things that Google knows are relevant to about things to do in Italy. So that's It's the same case with family law. The more topics or the more keywords, related keywords you cover, the higher the odds of Google ranking you. And you can assess your score, your content optimization score, with these kinds of tools. We're using Surfer SEO with our clients. And here, like, this is one of the reviews we did for Boston divorce lawyer, saverdcflawyer.com. Their homepage optimization score for Boston divorce lawyer was a 29 out of 100, and they were really lacking. So this is something they would need to fix ASAP. And most businesses don't really bother to do it because they don't know why they should bother, or maybe they don't know how to do it. And they might not think that it's worth doing. And the last mistake, I think it's the last mistake I added here, is that you have or businesses have no conversion tracking in place, so they don't know where the leads are coming in from. So if you're a serious business, you probably have multiple channels of customer acquisition. But even if you do, like, even if you have referrals, you have your website, you're doing maybe Meta ads, Google ads, Instagram ads, you're doing TikTok, you're doing email marketing campaigns, you're doing some SEO. So you're doing all of those different things, Google paid ads, and there are clients coming in, people asking questions, your phone is ringing. So most businesses still don't know what's actually working. Like, where are the clients coming from? Like, yes, the phone is ringing, but why? What's making it ring? So tracking your numbers and knowing your numbers is a huge part of it. You really need to get this right so that you would know that, like, okay, we need more cases because we brought on like 3 new attorneys, or like we are expanding our team, we want more consistency, we need more sales. Sales is the main bottleneck in our business. What's working? Which advertising channel, which marketing channel has the highest ROI? Let's put more money into that to get more clients. So you really need to know your numbers. It's just an example of one of our clients. For them, we are also tracking all the different channels that are working, and we're also checking like how much they paid us last month, how much SEO value or organic, how much revenue they brought in from SEO. This is a customer lifetime value, not like direct sales for that month, just customer lifetime value. But still, that's the best metric that we can use to track their numbers. So it doesn't matter this case. It's just the idea is that you really need to track your numbers. And by the way, we set up tracking for all of our clients, just so we all know what's working. So even if you don't have it set up, and if you are interested in working with us, we will set it up for you. And that's it. These are the 6 common mistakes that we see most of the time. And if you fix those, you will usually have a huge advantage over most of your competitors. And the top rankers currently in your niche, most of them are already have those things fixed, but we still see the top rankers also have some of these mistakes as well. So if you take care of these, you will usually see a huge increase in the amount of leads you're getting from Google and from AI as well. And the last thing I wanted to mention is that we are currently doing free video audits for family law firms in the United States. And the idea of these audits is that we will look at your site, and we will look at like who's the current top ranker in your specific city, and we will analyze your site compared to them and look at the gaps, and then give you a video audit where we tell you like why are you ranking where you are ranking right now, why is your top competitor ranking in the first position, and what you need to do to outrank them. Then we will give you this plan, and then it's up to you, like if you want to implement it by yourself with your own team, with your current SEO agency, or if you want to hire us to work with you. In either case, we just want to add some value to you. If you're interested in the audit, just click the first link in the description, and either me or our head of strategy, Kati, who you see here, will do the audit for you. So I hope this video was helpful, and yeah, take care. Thank you. Bye bye.